Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Lee, and today we're going to be talking about the product, the self-development product of National Wealth Center. This is our $25 level, $35, as a reseller with the $9.95 admin fee. But I just want to briefly touch on this, just because I haven't seen any good videos explaining the products and why this is not too hard to sell by any means. Now, first and foremost, self-development products, it is exactly what it says it is, self-development. Now, you may be older, maybe 45, 50 years old, and you say, I don't need this. I don't need, self-help or anything like that. First and foremost, it's not self-help, it's self-development. You know, um, Help has such a negative connotation as if you're in need of something, but development, you're always evolving. The world is always evolving. We're always getting better. We're always getting worse. At the end of the day, you're either a better person than you were the day before, or you're a worse person than you were the day before. I'm sorry, but that's the fact, right? Now, but let's say you are one of those people who say, well, I don't need, self-help or anything like that. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. For $35, you're going to be able to have an opportunity to give the people that do. I'm only 29 years old, but I do have a 10-year-old nephew, and you know, these kids, they can use this information. Instead of having them listen to that trash. I don't want to call it trash. Not all music is trash, but for the most part, it's not helping them develop into, good citizens or anything like that, or giving them any positive messages. But let's say, for example, you have your little nephew in the car. Instead of turning on that music, turn on something that's beneficial to him, something that he can learn from. Right now, as a parent or as an uncle and things like that, as a family member, sometimes kids, actually a lot of the times, kids just need to hear something from a third party. You're always the one harping on them and telling them, look, you need to do this and you need to do that. And yes, they're learning from you every single day. But, the same concept as why kids learn from teachers better or just as well as they learn from their parents, it's the same concept with why children learn from strangers as well. Okay, so you turn on one of these self-development tapes and, you give them a message that's worth hearing. They're still developing. They need it. They need it. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I'm originally from Washington, D.C., or the outskirts of Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia area. And, a lot of the people, a lot of people from around the country, I don't think you understand the general dynamic of the Washington, D.C. area. You can be in very, very good areas, and you can be in very, very bad areas. So, growing up in that area, I saw a lot of things. I had a lot of friends that were, children of single parents, single mothers, single fathers, and what have you. And, a lot of the times they're self-educating. I was lucky enough to have a father, and a mother who were both in the military, so I had structure in my life. Kids these days, they don't have structure in their lives. Their structure is what they hear. They're self-teaching themselves because, a mother or a father may have to work 2 or 3 jobs. All right. So when they hear things like this, when they hear things that's actually going to make sense to them and put them in the right direction, whether you think they're listening to it or not, they are listening. If you're listening to it, they are listening to it. I love oldies because my parents loved oldies. They didn't know I was listening to it, but I was. All right. So give them an opportunity to develop and be better people, be assets to this, to our society. Also, if you truly don't think that you can benefit from these products, you are absolutely wrong. Like I said, we are always evolving as people. We're always evolving as individuals. And these products, it helps me out. Now, my profession is I work with a lot of nonprofit organizations, helping them raise funds and, helping them bring awareness and exposure to their campaigns and things like that. I deal with a lot of positive people. I'm always reading. I'm always trying to better myself. And this product helps me out, and that's what I pride myself in. That's exactly what I do. But this product helps me out, and it's always coming in with new information, fresh information. If you get a chance, go to YouTube and go to the Peter Woofing channel. He has a lot of great stuff, and he's the founder and CEO of this company. Now, some of the things in just the first video, or I'm sorry, first audio in this self-development package for 25 bucks. I'll give you some of the things that I heard in just the first audio. I think it was like 6 minutes long or something like that. And it just gave me a different perspective. Right, wrong, or indifferent, it gave me a different perspective. Now, granted, it is all the right perspective and things like that, but as you know, you're always going to be a product of your environment until your environment changes. So you simply don't know what you don't know. That's just facts. But anyway, some of the things that I heard from this first audio. There's something inside of you that's greater than your circumstance. Which is fact. Self-trust is the first step to success. Focus on the benefits because that will take away that fear to pursue your goals. As soon as you test yourself, you'll know how to live. It is as proper to have pride in oneself as it is ridiculous to show it. You got to do your own growing, no matter how tall your grandfather was. Some pursue happiness, others create it. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Alright, now that's just some of the stuff, some of the stuff that just comes in the very first audio. And honestly, if you're trying to better yourself, or like I said, if you have children, they need to hear it from a third party. I'm telling you, I was a child, even though my parents were in the Army and I had great structure. When I heard somebody else say it, one of their friends, or a minister, or a friend's parent or something like that, it was confirmation. It was like, okay, well, maybe my parents are telling me the right thing. So, give your children an opportunity to use these products. Like I said, $25 a month, and that's not even talking about the compensation plan. The compensation plan is unreal. Your goal is to refer 4 people, show 4 people this video. All right, and honestly, it can just explode because there's unlimited potential for income. All right. Also, just go to the benefits tab. It is so simple. Go to the benefits tab, click on demo, type in your zip code, wherever you may be. I'm going to do San Diego, California, 92104, sure. These are all discounts that you're getting along with this. Now, if you tell me you can't save 35 bucks a month, 10511. You tell me that you can't save 35 bucks a month, it's $4 off of movies, sure. If you're telling me that this package is not worth it, then I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. There's an audio that tells you about the opportunity here and how well, how exactly you can make money with this thing. Like I said, go to our products tab, tamper around, self-development, business development. I was listening to the business development tapes, and my roommate, who's not actively involved in any online marketing or network marketing or anything like that, he asked me to pause it. He was like, "Yo, run that, play that again." That was pretty deep, and I forgot what they were talking about. They were talking about, the proper way to go about, I don't want to give it away. Anyway, wealth advantage. Like I said, we're just talking about the $25 package here. Honestly, $35 a month will change your life. Financially, as a person, as a leader, as a parent, as a student, as a child. $35 will, not can, will change your life. If you go through this package and you listen to these tapes, there's absolutely no way that your life won't be better. Absolutely no way. Thank you guys very much. Take care.